Hello, welcome to episode 21 of the Daily Disney Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Craig. You can find us on all of your favorite podcast outlets. Make sure you please like and subscribe. You also can find us on the YouTube. The channel is at The Daily Craig. And you also can find us on the Twitterverse. Our handle is at Daily Disney Pod. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for following along. We are on episode 21, and today we're going to talk about staying on property. Now, in the past, it's always been a no-brainer, right? You just go, you make your reservation at your favorite hotel and a resort, and boom, there you go. You get all the perks. And I've been thinking lately, is it really worth it? And I hate to say that, but it is something to kind of think about. So when you go and you stay at a Disney resort, there are a few things that you love about that, right? Number one, you're in the Disney bubble. Everything that you have associated with your room, your visit, your meals, everything, there's that Disney like sprinkle of magic on there, right? It's just better customer service, and everything's a little bit cleaner, and everything's a little bit nicer, and it's just, you feel being part of the Disney World. You also get to experience extra hours. Now it's just before the parks. It used to be after the parks close, but now it's just before they open. And I think they do them after a little bit, but not that frequently. So you get to go to the parks a little bit more than the average guest that doesn't stay there. And you also get to experience and enjoy and take advantage of the Disney transportation. So you truly can park your automobile in the parking lot when you arrive, or when you get there on your plane, get to your resort, and you don't need to go anywhere, hypothetically. You can take Disney transportation everywhere that you need to go. Is it worth it right now? The prices are really, really expensive. The openings are very, very limited. So, it's the 50th anniversary. It's going to be for the next, 12, 14 months or something? The demand is crazy high right now. Everybody wants to go down and experience the 50th anniversary and be part of the Disney magic. They've done a wonderful job marketing this. Come down, experience it, and be part of what's going on. And they've done a great job. Now, they also have done a great job with making the demand crazy high that the prices are starting to skyrocket. And yes, I know that it's different times of the year, different things are expensive, but there's a value resort, Pop Century, that's available next week, the week after Christmas, and it is the busiest time of the year. $300 a night. Now, on a downtime, that's what, 80 to 120 a night. So the prices are going up, and it's not just for this week; it's all the time. The prices are going up and everything. Now, the negative side of this is, do you still get all these perks at the highest level that you got them back before Uncle COVID came and everything was cruising along? The availability was difficult, but not impossible. Now it's almost impossible. You've got to plan a trip at least 6 to 8 months in advance, or you're not getting the hotel that you want, and you're not getting the park reservation that you want. So the availability is really, really, really difficult. The price is skyrocketing, as we just talked about. It is getting crazy expensive to go and stay on property. The ticket prices itself are expensive, but to stay on property, it's expensive. the perks that you get continue to go down and down and down. You do get to go into the parks early, but the last I checked, it was a half hour to an hour. That used to be an hour to 2 hours. Staying late, as I mentioned, is not that rapidly available as it used to be before. It probably will once the new year comes, but you're not getting into the parks more than a half hour to an hour more than everybody else. And that's something that can change, you know, here and there. The resorts itself, they're trouble getting those staffed. So, are you waiting longer in line for restaurants and stuff? Yes. Are you waiting longer in line for merchandise and things like that? Mm-hmm. Are a lot of those free perks that they had gone away? For sure. For sure. It's a difficult, terrible time out there right now. And I'm not blaming Disney for some of these things. I get it. They can't offer the free entertainment at a point where they used to before. They just can't. So it's frustrating, but what am I getting when I stay at Caribbean Beach? I get to ride the bus, I get to ride the Skyliner, but from what I've heard, the lines for the bus are so crazy, you're standing there for quite a while before you get on a bus. They were long before Uncle COVID, before all this was happening, so now you have less buses, more people, and it's a disaster. Yeah, I get to go on the Skyliner, that's cool, that's awesome. It's a renovated room, renovated resort, so the hotel is nicer than others. But I'm paying for it. I'm paying for it a lot. The pool hours aren't what they used to be at these resorts. They're not open as much as they used to be. The big thing is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it to feel like you're in the Disney bubble, to take advantage of these things compared to what it was before? So my question, or my answer is, personally, it depends. It depends. If I can pay more and stay at a really, really nice resort, the Grand Floridian, the Contemporary, Polynesian, yeah, I'll probably do that because I'm on the monorail resort. I've gotten in the mode now where if I can walk from those two resorts, if I can walk to the Magic Kingdom, it's amazing. It's a 15-minute walk. Let's go in and out. Don't have to worry about all the lines and stuff like that. If it's moderate or value, I probably am going to start thinking about going off-site. I really am, because I can save money on the hotel. I can save more money on the hotel because it's insane. And then everything else I can kind of work around how we can get there. If I find a nice condo or a nice something off property, save some money, and have that opportunity to go back and forth, but then that also opens up the door to go to Universal, SeaWorld, something like that. And that's where Disney's going to get in trouble here, because I know two families in the last week that stayed half on Disney property, half on Universal property, and they said hands down Universal was better. They're not talking just resorts, they were pretty similar. The people, the perks, things like that they got at Universal, at those resorts, was highly above what Disney's offering right now. They were offering free pastries and things like that in the hotel lobby. The staff members were above and beyond being nice and polite, just doing so much for the kids, things like that. They had free entertainment walking around. The guy with balloon animals one night. The little things matter. The little things matter for families that are spending $4,000 to $7,000 to $8,000 on a vacation. It really does. So, if you're thinking about Disney property or off property or even Universal, you've got to sit down and look at everything. I'm guilty of this. If it's Disney, it's the best, let's go. If it's Disney, if the property's there, we got to go stay there. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. This is going to be fantastic. Sometimes that's not the best, right? Sometimes it's not. You've got to be smart. You've got to be realistic. And you've got to look and see, what are the perks? What am I getting right now that I didn't get over here, or that I would get over here? It pains me to say this, but again, I would explore staying off site. I really would. When I was growing up, that was the first couple of visits we had. I think we stayed at Wilson World. So we were close enough, and you took a bus from the hotel to one of the parks. And it was awesome. It was a little perk that they had, and it was great. You waited forever for the bus to get there. You waited forever for the bus to come home. They don't do that anymore with other buses and stuff. But we then switched and started staying on property, staying at Caribbean Beach and you know, a few places like that. And then as I became an adult, we stayed Beach Club, Contemporary, some other things like that. And I've always told myself, if I'm going back, I'm staying on property regardless, no question. Well, I still want to, but the things that really get me are the price and the availability. If I really want to go next week, am I going to pay $300 for Pop Century? No, I'm not going to pay that. So I don't want you to price me out of what I want to do. And I know it's my own fault for trying to schedule a vacation the week before, but I feel like these problems are coming up more frequently and more people are asking, where do you stay? So would I want to stay off property for $120 a night at a really, really nice, just normal hotel? Or do I want to stay $300 to $350 and stay inside the Disney bubble? That's the question you have to offer. Or you have to really think about. Is the $200 to $300 worth it? And again, from my perspective, the high level, those fancy, nice, deluxe hotels, yes. The moderate or value, I don't think so. I don't think you're getting your bang for your buck right now. I really don't. And it's frustrating, but you know, what can they do? What can Disney do to get me to change my mind? Well, I think they can just keep giving you more perks. They really can. They can do more at the resort. And I know that's unrealistic, but I really think that the extra magic hours are amazing. They are. The extra magic hours are something that you really truly value when you stay on property. The Disney transportation, clean it up some. Clean it up. The buses. The bus lines are forever long. They were long before COVID. And now you've got fewer buses, just almost the same amount of people. You got to get the buses figured out. And this is big, and I know you've lost a ton of money, but expand the Skyliner. Expand it. Because if I'm staying at one of these moderate resorts and I'm kind of frustrated about Disney transportation, the last thing you want me to do is get in my car while I'm at property to even give me the glimmer of thought to leave and go to Universal. You don't want me to do that. You want me to park my car there, put the key away, and not touch it until I'm ready to go home. That's what Disney wants, and that's what Disney needs. They do not need people thinking, oh, I can go over and see Harry Potter. Oh, okay, well, what's going on over here? Because once you go to Universal, then you're going to start splitting your trips. Then you are. And especially with a lot of this stuff going on at Disney, they want to keep you there. They need to keep you there. That's the whole idea of going to the Disney bubble and going to Disney World, is being part of this. I can park and go everywhere I need to go without getting back in my car or getting a taxi or getting an Uber or anything like that. So I personally think Disney needs to go back to the motion of, okay, we got you here. How do we keep you here? I think they're in the motion of, we got you here. Now on to the next person. We got you here. Now on to the next person. We got you here. I think they need to do more. They need to do more for everybody that is there on property. So all that said, if I could go tomorrow, I'd stay on property. I would. If it was moderate or value, it would really, really be difficult, and I don't know if I really would. But I really want some of these perks back. The transportation one will not go away in my mind. It is so frustrating at Disney World, the transportation with the buses. And I know people we go with are like, oh, the buses aren't bad. And my wife says, oh, buses aren't bad. I don't want to stand there and wait for 25 minutes. Get on a bus, stand up, hold everything while we're on the way to the park or going back or anything like that. The last time we were waiting for buses, it was 3 to 4 to 5 buses to get back from where we were going. And that is so frustrating. And now we have fewer buses. So yes, I'm up on a stool right now, basically yelling, screaming that this isn't fair and all this, but at the end of the day, I love the place. I wish I was going. I'm jealous of everybody that goes every day. And I just wish that Disney did more for the guests that stayed on property. If you open the park up an extra hour, 2 hours early, and didn't staff it all the way and said there's only 6 rides open, that would still be amazing. It would still be amazing. Instead of saying, hey, this is for resort guests, but also annual pass holders get it and all this kind of stuff, do more. Bring back some of that free entertainment. Bring back some stuff going on in the lobby, some freebies, some opportunities for these guests to really feel like they're special. Everybody I know that's talked to has said it's starting to just feel like an ordinary vacation, and that's terrible. I hate to hear that. Disney can't hear that. And I really hope that they can kind of change their ways a little bit. But anyway, that's it. That's it for episode 21. I thank you so much for joining me. Today's message was, let's think about staying on property before you just book that vacation automatically. Unfortunately, things have changed. Things will continue to change. And we just need to keep our eyes open to see what's best for all of us, right? What's best for your family, my family, and we'll see what happens. But I really hope that some perks come back. I really hope that some of these extra magic things come back. And the transportation gets cleaned up a little bit. So thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we will talk to you later.